All right, let's jump right in and demystify two of the biggest buzzwords out there, data science and machine learning. We're going to break down what they actually are, how they fit together, and, why they're so important right now.
Okay, so you've probably heard this phrase thrown around a lot. The sexiest job of the 21st century. I mean, that's a pretty bold claim, right? But what does that actually mean? What is it that makes this role so critical today?
Well, to really get to the bottom of that, you first have to understand the world a data scientist lives in. And let me tell you, it's a world that is just overflowing with data. I mean, we're talking about a flood of information that creates huge challenges, but also some pretty incredible opportunities.
Seriously, think about it. Every single day, we're creating just these mind-boggling amounts of data. Every time you post on social media, buy something online, or even just search for something, all of that gets added to this giant, chaotic ocean of information.
And that's exactly where data science comes into play. You can think of it as the map and compass for navigating that chaotic ocean. It's the structured process for turning a messy, real-world problem into a clear solution that's backed by data. It's how we find those little nuggets of gold hidden in all that noise.
So, okay, let's take a look at the blueprint for this whole thing. And I want to be clear, this isn't just random guesswork. It's a really structured process that pretty much every successful data science project follows to get results you can actually count on.
Right, so this is our roadmap. And what's super important to notice here is where it starts. It doesn't start with the data. No, it starts with understanding the problem. You have to know what you're trying to solve first. Then you can get into collecting data, cleaning it up, building your model, and all the rest.
Okay, let's zoom in on those first few steps, because honestly, this is where so much of the heavy lifting happens. It might not be the flashiest part, but it's arguably the most important.
So it all kicks off with asking the right questions. You can't just have a vague goal like, let's make customers happier. What does that even mean? A data scientist's job is to turn that into something concrete, something you can actually measure. Like, our goal is to reduce the number of customers who leave us by 10% in the next 3 months. See? Specific? All right, once you know your question, you go get the data. And it can come from anywhere. Your company's databases, other websites, you name it. But here's the catch. This raw data is almost always a total mess. We're talking errors, stuff that's missing, duplicates all over the place. It's got to be cleaned up and cleaned up well before you can do anything useful with it.
So just how much time are we talking about for all that cleaning and prep work? Well, the number might actually shock you.
Yep, up to 80%. Let that sink in. Most of the job, the vast majority, happens before you even get to the cool, sexy modeling part. And why? Well, because one little mistake, a misplaced decimal point, a single duplicate row, can throw your entire project off track. It really is that simple. Garbage in, garbage out. The quality of your final answer is only as good as the quality of the data you started with.
Okay, so once our data is finally sparkling clean and ready to go, then we get to the fun part, the modeling stage. This is where we bring in the big guns, our powerhouse tool for finding patterns that no human could ever spot on their own.
And that powerhouse is, you guessed it, machine learning. So what is it? Well, it's a type of AI. But instead of programming a computer with a bunch of if-then rules, we just feed it the data we prepared. The algorithms then, well, they learn from that data. They find the patterns all on their own and build a model that can make predictions. And the crazy part is, they get better and better the more data they see.
So this is where people sometimes get confused. How did data science and machine learning relate to each other? Let's go back to our journey analogy. Data science is the entire quest. It's the whole process from having a question to finding a solution. Machine learning, that's your high-tech, super-fast vehicle you use on that quest. It's a specific tool you use for that analyze and model part of the journey. The key thing to get is that it's not data science versus machine learning. It's not a competition. In today's world, you really can't do modern data science without it. Machine learning is just an absolutely essential tool inside the data scientist's toolkit.
Okay, enough with the theory. Let's look at some real-world examples of how this whole process, supercharged by machine learning, actually creates amazing value. This is where it all comes to life.
Take healthcare, for instance. This is not an exaggeration. Data science is literally helping to save lives. By analyzing huge amounts of patient records, models can predict someone's risk of having a stroke, figure out which treatment plan is most likely to work, and even help doctors spot diseases like breast cancer earlier than ever before.
And it's not just in hospitals. It's happening in your city, right now.
Police departments use this stuff to predict where crime might happen, so they can have officers in the right place at the right time. That ride-hailing app on your phone, it's using a model to predict where the next ride will be needed. And yeah, it's the absolute core of how self-driving cars see and navigate the world.
And of course, there's your digital life. You see this every single day. The products that Amazon suggests you buy, the next song that Spotify plays for you, the articles that pop up in your social media feed, that is all data science, working behind the scenes. It's modeling everything you've ever done to predict what you're going to want to see, hear, or buy next.
So if you remember one thing from all of this, let it be this. Data science is the big picture strategy. It's the whole game plan. And machine learning is the incredibly powerful tool that lets us execute that strategy better, faster, and more accurately than we ever could before. And that kind of leaves us with one final big question to think about. As these machines get better and better at finding answers for us, it puts all the focus back on us, on humans. Are we asking the right questions? The technology is just a tool, after all. What we choose to point it at, well, that's completely up to us.